Have you seen the news today? I ask that facetiously because it doesn't matter if you've seen it or not. It's not good news. The news we receive daily is something that we've never seen before, and it's things that are changing lifestyles all around the world. There's only one way to get past this. There's only one way to move forward and to live through all the changes that are happening in the world today. And I want to talk to you about that today on your morning cup of inspiration. You know, it's interesting that when I was a kid, my dad and I went to a Cleveland Indians baseball game. It was in the 60s sometime, 1960s. And there's that night after the game, they had the flying Wallendas were there. I don't know if you remember hearing about them, but they would use a tightrope and walk across, bridges and buildings and things like that. Well, this was the grandfather of the oldest Wallenda, and he was walking across the stadium, and they had a wire over the stadium there. And I remember asking my father, saying, "Hey, what happens if the ball hits that?" And he goes, "Doesn't matter. It's playable. It's in fair territory." So every time a pop would go up in the air, a pop hit, we kept looking for it to see if it was going to hit that line or not. But after the match, after the game, the gentleman, Wallenda, came out there and he started walking across the tightrope. And he had this huge bar that he was hanging on to. And he was walking over there and he got about halfway and the wind started blowing off Lake Erie. And it started really kicking and he had to crouch down. He crouched down to, he was almost at his knees on this wire and just keeping his balance. And then once the wind gust had gone by, he was able to get up and he went on to the other side. Why I'm telling you that is because this is what reminds me of what is going on today. We are on that tightrope. That bar we're holding, that is the armor of God that we wear. We have this with us. And he's walking on that tightrope, and the gust of wind that's coming, that's Satan. He's coming at you every which way he can. Every arrow he's throwing right now, God has let him release him to it, and he's throwing it. This is the last days. And he's coming at you. And so he's ducking, as Wallendas are ducking down, we're ducking down there and we're holding on to that, our armor. But you got to remember, he's still on that rope. He could get blown off it. Even with the armor, he could have got blown off it, right? And we could get blown off course even though we're wearing the armor of God. The trick is, over in Ephesians 6, 10 through 18, where it talks about wearing the full armor of God, it's verse 18 that keeps you secure to that line that you're walking. And pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the Lord's peoples. Prayer is what keeps you solidified in the Word. It's what keeps you solidified in Jesus. It's what keeps your armor tight around you. Wear that. Wear that. Use that. Pray daily, because God's going to see us all through this. And even though the arrows are coming at us and there's some bad things that are happening all around us, we can see a light at the end of the tunnel because we have Christ in our life. And that light at the end of the tunnel is eternity with Him. God bless everyone. Look forward to seeing you again for another morning cup of inspiration. Have a wonderful day.